A former Microsoft tormentor is creating a new kind of buzz these days. Gary Reback is the Silicon Valley lawyer best known for helping convince the Justice Department to sue Microsoft. But now he's making news about his own company. After keeping everybody in the dark about it, Reback is ready to open the window. You'll pardon that pun. His new company is called Voxeo. It develops software that combines the phone and the web. To tell us more about it, let's bring in Gary Reback. Nice seeing you again, Gary.
How are you, Steve?
I'm splendid. How's your new life?
My new life is tough. It's hard being an entrepreneur.
Well, why don't we start right off by telling folks what this new technology does?
It's a suite of technologies, Steve. There's about to be a huge boom in phone enablement. For the last 5 years, every application has become web-enabled. Over the next 5 years, every application will become phone-enabled. The new company creates technology that makes phone-enabled applications as easy to create and deploy as any other web application. And we have a nationwide network on which to deploy those applications.
Gary, are we talking about being able to use the phone to interact with the web? Is that a piece of it, or just what?
Yes. Let me give you some examples because it's easiest to understand. You made a reservation on a travel site for your airplane. Your plane is delayed. It would be nice if someone called you and told you not to go out to LaGuardia on a very hot day. And when I was a kid, the airline would do that, but they haven't done that in 40 years. With the new technology, that can be done automatically from the website. Similarly, you're flying in internationally and your flight's 4 hours late. It'd be great if somebody called your spouse and told him or her not to go out to the airport and pick you up. And again, that can be done automatically.
As I understand it, also, you're using web technology to create traditional phone systems or answering services or advanced services?
Yeah, you would generally characterize this, Steve, as enhanced services. So things like unified messaging or follow me, find me, so that you have a myriad of telephones, as I know, and when we want to get a hold of you, instead of calling your producer and your cell phone and your desk phone and your home phone, we'll just call one number. That technology exists today, but we enable it to be deployed much, much cheaper.
I see that you got a first round of, I think, $35 million in funding. How was the experience of going out to get that?
That's very interesting. So many times I have sat with companies in venture financing, but that didn't stop my friends from across the table from extracting their pound of flesh.
They want a piece of the incipient success.
They sure do.
Well, let me ask you, it wouldn't be a conversation with you without ultimately getting to your friends at Microsoft. They're famous for letting other people find great hot stuff, make a market, and then squash you like a bug. Are you worried about that at all?
This is not a market that Microsoft would be interested in, Steve. We're more like an Exodus or an Akamai for the new phone-enabled applications. And just as Exodus is sort of a backbone, excuse me, Steve, is just like a backbone that enables web applications to travel across it, we're an infrastructure that permits phone-enabled applications to travel across. Indeed, we will work with and support Microsoft technologies like Web Telephony Engine the same way we would, say, Voice XML.
So to zero back on the business, you're selling tools, is that it?
No, we have very robust and sophisticated tools, but those tools are free to developers. Developers who, we're sort of in peak stage, basically. Not quite in beta yet, but we're having groups of developers come onto our development site, begin to use our tools, create applications, and provision those applications to actual phone numbers so they can come on, create their applications, and deploy them for testing. Once, of course, they're deployed commercially, that's when we monetize what we're doing by charging the way, say, a cellular company would.
And as we finish up here, you are a lawyer. You were with the most prestigious Silicon Valley firm, Wilson Sonsini. So from the legal perspective, doubling back finally once more on Microsoft, we expect the Supreme Court to weigh in maybe the week of the 25th or early in October. Would you expect the Supreme Court to take this hot potato case directly or let the appellate court do it first, the Court of Appeals?
There's no way to know, of course, Steve. And one of the great things about being an entrepreneur is I can let other people worry about those problems.
Okay, well, good luck with your new company, and really nice seeing you again.
Nice to talk to you.